Hello, my name is Tonnie Martinez, and I'm an assistant professor in the College of Education. And my global campus experience in taking the class on how to do online teaching was very meaningful for me, and my takeaway had to do with closed captioning. I'd never done it before. I didn't really appreciate the importance of doing it. And so I want to talk a little bit about how that was my aha moment and why I think it's really important that all of us use it with our online teaching as well as our face-to-face teaching. So when we are teaching in the College of Education, obviously we have a lot of future teachers. And when we talk about pedagogy, we're talking about the art and the science of teaching. And I usually tell my students that I can certainly tell you a lot about the science of teaching and the research-based methodologies, but the art, we all have our own artistic part of what we do in our instruction. So it's important to me that I model my art, that I try to do things in my classes that will be things that our students can take to their future classrooms as well. So one of the first things that I like to do is make sure that our students make some determinations on themselves as learners. Are they visual learners? Are they oral learners where they're listeners? Or are they kinesthetic, tactile learners? Do they like a lot of hands-on activities? When we can identify that, it's important because as teachers, we tend to teach towards our favorite modality. So since I am a visual learner, I tend to have lots to see in my classroom. But many times a college class, we're definitely having lots to hear more than we are lots to see. So of our students, I would say that close to 58%, if not higher, are going to say that they are visual learners. So closed captioning is really great for those learners. So just to kind of put it in a quick step process, if you're going to create captions for your YouTube videos, all you do is log into YouTube, and then once you've uploaded your video, you're going to select the subtitles and caption tab, and then it's going to give you a box that you can type in and put in your own script. There are all kinds of apps that you can use that do text or voice to text. And if you want to use something like that, you're more than welcome to, but I prefer to type my own notes and my own script for my readers or my watchers or viewers so that they are very accurate and I know that I'm the one that's maintained the accuracy. So out of my last semester, I had 334 students. And they all indicated to me, a very high percentage anyway, that they really appreciated the captioning. So what are some of those benefits that they identified that I can pass along? Well, first of all, if my students haven't heard me clearly, they know that they can rely on the text to help them determine what I said. We obviously know that our students that are hearing impaired benefit from captions, and instructors are being ADA compliant when we use the captioning. And I would suggest to you that all of the videos that you put together from this day forward, you go ahead and do that captioning because it is a requirement. It's something that we need to do as professors to make sure that we're compliant with the ADA guidelines. One thing with an online class also is that you have the potential to have students from across the country and across the globe. And some students may struggle with my Kansas accent. captions can be very helpful in identifying words that might not be identifiable due to my accent. And we all have accents. And sometimes, if you're like me, when I listen to myself or view myself, it's horrifying. I can hardly handle it. But I do need to understand that even though I make sense to myself, I may not make sense to my students, and that accent reduction isn't even an issue when the students can actually read what it is that I'm saying. Whenever we do captioning, we're also increasing student opportunities to succeed. If a key vocabulary gets lost in what it is that I'm saying, having that highlighted word or bolded word can be very beneficial. And if I have lots of explanation going on, knowing that I'm going to be captioning it later helps me to stay on task. I don't really waste a lot of words when I'm captioning, when I'm preparing for captioning, because I don't want to have to type all that extra and all those extra stories. So for the good or for the bad, you are going to be putting a script to every word that you say. Second and third language learners often take our classes, and we can reinforce our English and the literacy of our academic vocabulary by having the closed captioning. And then finally, I guess I'd just like to add that because captioned resources are not always available, I find that my students really appreciate when they're seeing things that are captioned. Our marketplace has maybe about half the resources. That was a figure that I read as I got ready to put this together. Only about half the open market resources are captioned. So when we have our videos captioned, it's very beneficial to our students. So captioned videos are great for visual learners, but they're also great for all learners. So I'm delighted that in learning to be an online teacher, that's something that I learned that is not only beneficial for my online classes, but my face-to-face classes too. So I wish I was there seeing all of you in person. I'm with student teachers in Shawnee Mission School District, and the superintendent set this date and I couldn't get out of it. So I want to just say hi to everybody. It was a really fun class to take with you all, and I hope you all have a very happy new year, and I hope our paths cross again. Thanks.